Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Jackie Pearson. I am your instructor for ENG110 this term. And every Monday, I will be bringing you a video that is very similar to this. I like to call them my weekly walkthrough videos because that's exactly what we're going to do. Every single week, we will take a literal step-by-step walkthrough what needs to be done during that particular unit. I know that sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, having yet another video to watch is overwhelming, but I promise you, if you watch these videos and you follow along with everything that is in the modules, you are going to succeed at ENG110. I promise you. One of the things that is difficult about being in an online class versus a class that meets in a room is that sometimes it feels like you're in it by yourself and that there's nobody to show you what to do. That's why I do these videos, because I will literally take you through step by step what you need to do during that particular week. And we'll go over the assignments in depth. Sometimes people just have a hard time even finding the instructions for the assignment in online classes. So this will really help you strategize. So please plan on watching them every week. I put a lot of time and effort into these, and I really, I know that they help because I have seen the students who use them really succeed. So with that being said, let me, every week I'll share my screen and we're going to actually open the course so that you can see not only what you need to do, but where it's located in the course. Now I have my computer set to where it's showing your view. So the student preview mode is on. So it should look just like you see it when you sign in. As you may know by now, the announcements page is the first thing that comes up. So these are going to be posted in the announcements. They're going to be right at the top every single Monday once I post them. Usually it's in the morning, but sometimes it's in the afternoon, but keep an eye out for them on Mondays. In fact, in my opening video and introduction that you guys have already seen, you'll notice that I put a kind of schedule in, and the very first thing is on Monday to view the weekly walkthrough video and begin the readings. Okay, so this will get you off to a good start each week, I promise. So always pay attention to the announcements, and that will take you a good long ways. So one of the things, of course, in the online class is that you do have a lot of links over here on the left-hand side. The most important links for making it through the course are the unit numbers, right? The course is arranged by week or unit, and in each one, you're going to have similar information. So we're going to look at Unit 1 today, because that's what we're starting. And you will have an overview. That's what this top thing is. You notice that it's got a little page. This is just a page in the learning management system. And this first one will never have anything even that you need to click. It's just something for you to read, something for you to look at carefully. I'm not going to read them to you, but start by reading the overviews very, very carefully. The next thing you're going to find, and you'll notice it has a different icon. This is a folder icon, and the readings and resources title, unlike the writing process and description, is underlined. What that means is that you want to click it. Okay, so just like with anything else, it's a link that we're used to online. Now within that, you have multiple pages again, and you'll notice that that icon, that's what that means. This is considered a page in Blackboard. The first one is your introduction to personal writing, description, and narrative or narration. And you have 2 assignments to read in your online textbook. So you'll click on this. It's going to open the reading for you, and you should read it completely. Okay. I would also really strongly suggest that you keep a notebook. One of the things that is difficult when you are reading online is to have if you're doing something with that information, it's hard to go back to the online version. So take notes in an actual notebook. In fact, I'll show you, I'm actually in an online class right now. And so when I am doing my reading online, I am also taking physical notes. And I know you can't see this because it kind of blurs it out. There we go. It's a little bit clearer. But I take physical notes with a paper and pen. Now, if you do better by highlighting and things like that, you could even print these out if you want to. But these are your reading assignments. Okay, so you have 2 in the first section, you have 2 more in the second section, and you'll notice none of them are super long. The first 2 are a little bit longer, but understanding the assignment is the next phase. You've got 2 reading assignments. These are a little bit shorter, and then you have what's called an activity about understanding the assignment. So you want to open that and make sure you do it. Okay, start the activity, complete it. This will help you to understand what's going on. And then, of course, you have a video. Most of the videos that are in these for the readings and resources are very short. This is only 2 minutes. Next, you have a section on using APA formatting and submitting your assignment. This is an extremely important thing to get because we're going to be turning in formal writing assignments in all but 3 of the units. So in each one of those, you're going to need to have an APA paper, APA styled paper saved as either a Word document or as a PDF file. So you're going to want to create it. You can use Google Docs. You can use a free version of something if you want to, but something that will allow you to save it in Microsoft Word or PDF format. And Google Docs does do that. You are going to be uploading those papers that you have completed to the course. So you're not going to just send a link to your Google Doc. You're not going to just make your Google Doc public. You're not going to copy and paste it into a box for your formal assignments. You need to turn it in as an actual document that gets uploaded. And I'll show you where to do that and how to do that a little bit later. But this is a template. I'm not going to open it because it will actually open in Word and I don't have that window open to share. So this is an APA template. It has the cover page already ready for you. It shows you where to put your actual writing. In most cases for our writing, you're going to do 1 to 2 paragraphs. And then in week 7, you have a full scale essay. All but the first one, maybe the one in unit 5, will also have a references list with the research that you have used. And so the template also shows that. You can just copy and paste into it. It will help you to get your formatting properly set up. We do also have a link over here on the left-hand column to APA 7th edition. So you can always reference that as well. Submitting an assignment on Blackboard, this will kind of walk you through what you need to do. This is a document that if it helps you to print it out and keep it in a notebook so that you can refer to it, that's fine. You can, of course, always come back to Unit 1, but it's a good idea to have it in your notes on how to do that. And then, of course, how to submit assignments. This is from your post-orientation course. So here is an optional resource, and optional is what it means. You can or cannot watch this. It is a good video. I would take advantage of the optional assignments because they are always helpful, but it is definitely optional. So then we go back to the actual Unit 1 module. You can use the back button or you can just come up here and click on Unit 1. And then we get to the 2 assignments. The first assignment each week is always a discussion board, and you have one of these in every single week. In every single week except this one, you need to post your initial response, your own personal response to the prompt by Wednesday to get full credit. This week you have a little bit of extra time because people join the class throughout the first few days. So sometimes it's difficult to get everybody up by Wednesday. In your first paragraph for this Unit 1 assignment, you're going to introduce yourself to the class. After reviewing the assignments listed on the course information page, write a brief explanation of how you plan to use your time management skills from your first 2 classes to help you complete your written assignments. Then share your feelings regarding writing coming into the class. For your second paragraph, we are going to practice some narrative and descriptive writing. Write descriptively using the 5 sentences about one place that has influenced you in a positive way. You should use descriptions and details to paint a clear picture of this place. So 2 full paragraphs are your own, that's your post. Now, normally, in addition to posting your own by Wednesday, by the following Sunday night, you're going to need to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. The first week is a little bit different because, of course, we're just getting started, but we'll talk more about those in the weekly walkthrough for Unit 2. If you want to know how your grade is figured on these, you can open the rubric and it's going to tell you how many points. It's going to tell you where those points are distributed. And then when you get your grade back, you can actually look at this rubric again to see how you scored on each individual piece. Okay. And this does show you, this is the only things that the Unit 1 assignment is graded on are these 2. But you can see ahead of time what the additional requirements are past Unit 1. So this will kind of help you to be thinking ahead. Again, feel free to print this out. I don't think that's a bad idea. So I never think that's a bad idea. But that is the rubric. Now, when you are ready to actually post your discussion, you're going to click on that link. And you're going to notice that there is nothing here. So one of the things that I like to do is when I'm doing a discussion board for a class that I'm taking, I will actually highlight this and copy it. Because then when I go into my introduction and I go to post it, I'm going to create the thread. And this does give you the information again, but I even like to sometimes include the text from the prompt in my own thing. So let's say that I was going to do that. So here I've pasted the information and now I want to be able to see what is mine or what is my response. So let's make this a larger font. And in fact, let's change the color so that it shows up. Okay, so there's my first little paragraph that answers the first prompt. And then I'm going to do the same thing after this one. Now, you do not have to copy and paste the prompts in here. But if you do, make sure it's clear where the prompt is and where you're writing. You could even just make your own responses bold or something like that. But you can just come in here and write your paragraphs because the prompt will be on the page when you're doing that. I just like to have it this way because it kind of helps me keep myself organized. Okay, so let's do a brief paragraph here. Okay, so I am not going to always type all this kind of stuff out and make you watch me do it, but I just wanted to show you, especially on this first one, how to post this information. So I've written my paragraphs and I'm going to click submit. So when you are going into the discussion board for Unit 1, you will see my post is already there, okay? So let's go back to the unit and look at the writing assignment. Similar to the descriptive paragraph that you're writing in the discussion board this week, your Unit 1 writing assignment is a descriptive and narrative paragraph about someone that is significant to you. So just like with the place, now we're focusing on a particular person. You are going to want to create a Word document for this and turn it in using that. But let's go over the assignment itself first. All right, so Unit 1 assignment, we click on it. Again, we have a nice handout, got all the instructions on it and the rubric. I would get in the habit, if you're not going to print these out, of at least writing notes as you look at these. So write one paragraph about a specific person that left a significant and positive impression on your life. Consider the following questions when writing this paragraph. What about this person makes them so significant to you? How would you describe that person to someone who does not know them? So physical appearance, personality, sensory imagery, what does their voice sound like? What do they look like? All those wonderful things. Narrative and descriptive writing is a combination of description and reflection. So you want to include specific details to show the reader what you are writing about and then reflect on your subject. Remember to use the 5 sentences to allow the subject to come alive for the reader. And you can have more than 5 sentences, but in fact, you should have a minimum of 7 if you're looking at the requirements. You're going to have a title page. And we have, again, that sample that you can use, that template that you can use. You need to have at least 7 sentences for the paragraph, which will start on page 2 of your document. Everything would be double spaced. You don't usually have to change the margins, but you do have to change it to double spacing. And then APA, typically you're going to see Times New Roman in 12 point. That's the accepted font. There are others, but there's a good information, some good information for you. You also want to, of course, take the time to really polish your writing. You want it to be free of punctuation, spelling, and grammar errors. It should have appropriate word choices for an academic setting, clear sentence structure. You do want to utilize the senses because we are describing a person. And then, of course, you can tell a story about this person to help us understand why they are important. When you are writing for college, you typically will not use first person, but this one is about a person that you know. So it will be written in first person, but you'll notice when we get to the next one, that kind of goes away. All right, so those are the requirements for the assignment. When you are ready to turn in your assignment. I lost that word there for a second. You want to click on this link. And again, you've got links to all of the information, including the rubric, the Unit 1 assignment, and submitting assignments on Blackboard. Read this information about TutorMe and be thinking about using TutorMe as an additional piece of information. Now, one of the things that's a little bit tricky is this says write submission. You do not want to do this. You want to have saved your document on your computer. And so you will browse local files and you will turn in a document. I'm just gonna pick a document here from my list. And then you want to say, yes, I agree to submit my papers to the global reference. If you want me to know anything, you can write here in the comments, but typically you won't write anything. You'll just attach the document. So we click submit and now it is submitted. Okay. Now I will then grade it and give you comments, and we will talk next week about how to access that information. Okay. So that is your unit 1 work. At the end of each unit, you have a little heads up about what's happening next week. But those are your 2 assignments for this week. You've basically got 3 paragraphs to write. Okay. If you have any questions, please do reach out. During my office hours, and we can look over here under Meet Your Instructor. You have, oh, this is the wrong address. You should be using my school email. So I will go in and fix that. But this is where you do the Meet Your Instructor stuff. This is my personal phone, but during office hours, if you text me and tell me who you are and what class you're taking, we can hop into a Zoom room or otherwise answer any questions. You can always email me, and the email is actually jpierce@instructor.post.edu. So I'm going to fix that right after I get done with this, and I will see you back here next Monday for another weekly walkthrough. But please do reach out if you have questions. That's what I'm here for. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day, and good luck on Unit 1.